I just went on live now.
Oh, it is mine.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
It's a Bourbon-tastic Friday. Yeah, your water?
I have water.
All right.
How's everyone doing?
Hope you all had a great week. Time for the weekend.
How do I shut off the notifications?
How do you shut it off? I have no idea.
Oh, wait, maybe here.
Gina's hot. She's got the fan on her. And it's bourbon.
Okay, I shut off notifications. Yay!
It's a bourbon night. So we're going to get into bourbon tasting for the first time ever.
They're right there. I'm right there.
So you got 4 people on.
We have 9 different bourbons.
Barry's laughing at you.
Of course, we're not tasting all 9 because that would be crazy. So, Nelson will explain what he did, why we have 2 separate sets of bourbon.
Okay, we'll log on first.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm anxious to try 4 Roses. And I'm anxious to try Buffalo Trace. Just because we watched a bunch of reviews and heard some good things about them.
Yeah, we did hear some good reviews on it. All right, so let me get on
So you
mine.
can turn off your notifications over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not, nope, I guess not. I don't know, your page is different. I did it right here so that it's not beeping in their ears.
I think Steven said something, but I'm not on yet, Steven. So my phone's over there, and can you see me? You can see me on yours.
Yeah.
I think Steven said something to me, but I didn't see what he said.
But where's your comments?
Where's my life?
Oh, go to your page. Oh, right there. No, that's mine.
That's you.
So refresh your page.
That's for Gina.
So scroll down. Did you start yours?
There you go.
There's yours. Okay, click on your live.
Okay, I'm clicking my life.
We're getting it together. All this will be edited for our YouTube. Hi, Melly.
Okay, so Rosemary, hi Rosemary, happy Friday to you and your mans out there in Georgia. Stay away from those tornadoes. Steven, $10 says Nelson can't drink them all.
We're not drinking them all.
See, the problem is Steven was in the Army and I was in the Marines. The Army can never hang with Marines. We could out-drink you guys any day of the year, Steven. So I used to drip Bacardi 151. The highest proof that we have here today is, where'd it go?
Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig, 133 proof. So that's still less than what I did in the core, which was 150 proof. So I can handle it, bro. You can't handle it.
133 proof. Right here.
Steven says, you're at Facebook, shouldn't you know how to work it? No, Steven, my phone's over there and I'm on my laptop. So that's how we're working it. So welcome, guys. It is a bourbon-tastic kind of a day today. It is Friday. We're going to be tasting bourbon for the first time ever. I never had bourbon. Actually, that's not true. I had bourbon. We had bourbon last week for the first time ever.
Tasted it, yeah.
Yeah, so we had, not gonna lie, we did have Elijah Craig, a little bit of it, when Deborah was here. Debbie was here. She gave us a little shot. So, but I did like it a lot. So we're gonna try it again today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with these 4 here on the left, and then the next show we'll do the ones on the right.
And the reason why.
So we're going from lowest proof to highest proof. Elijah Craig really should be done the week after, but we want to end the day or the video on a bang, with a bang. So we're going to end it with the 133 proof. And then next week we'll go ahead and bring in the Woodford Reserve, the Maker's Mark, the Henry McKenna, and the Blanton. We'll do that next week.
Let's clean the palate.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to go from lowest to highest, and Angel's Envy is the lowest of all the bottles at 86.6 proof. These are 90 proof, and this is 133 proof. Alright? So we're going to give you our feedback, what we think about these bourbons. Alright?
With our new glasses. Look at how pretty.
Steven says we guys in the court drank paint thinner. Yes, we did. We were happy with it. Stanley Lawrence, happy Friday, my friend.
Hi,
Hope
Lily.
you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well under these circumstances.
We're making the best of it.
Hopefully we'll be back in the real world and enjoy nights out in the club or the bars, whatever it may be. But for now, this is what we have.
Oh, by the way, I'm having a screwball and Godiva. If you haven't tried it, heaven. I don't want to take a sip because I don't want to mess up the bourbon.
She's already got a screwball here with me, but she's got a screwball drink.
I'm going to wait to have a sip.
All right, Steven, have a good one, brother. Luis, my cousin's on. What's up, Luis? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up these bottles, let it breathe a little bit. All right? So we're going to do these 4 first. So I'm going to open up the bottles, let them breathe for a few minutes. And while we let them breathe, I'll go over some of the information on some of these bottles that we have here. All right? So while I open them up, we keep them busy.
Why? No, what you have to do is put it in the glass and let it breathe. No? Hey, my guy stopped. Am I off? Oh no, I'm on.
No, you're on.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to open up Angel's Envy.
Having issues again. Always.
All right. This is Robert Shulman's favorite.
So which one are we doing first? You said Angel?
Angel.
And Angel's Envy?
Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy. The bottle's real pretty. It has angel wings on the back of the bottle.
All right, so let's go
Very
ahead and
nice
uncork it.
bottle.
You want to hear the cork?
Oh,
There you
nice.
go.
Let's sniff it. I sniff it.
Smells nice. So by the way, we are using our new glasses for the first time. These are Nolan whiskey glasses. So what's so special about these glasses? What's special about these glasses is that it's double layers. So there's an outside wall. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's an outside wall, and then the inner part has the actual glass. So that way, when you hold the glass and there's whiskey or there's bourbon in that glass, the heat from your hand is not changing, is not affecting the drink.
Right.
Right? So this is why these glasses are so awesome. Right? It does not affect the change. It does not affect the drink in any way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead, babe. We're gonna go ahead and pour this one. This will be the first one we try. Angel's Envy.
Good job. Okay. Okay.
Remember, we want to do at least a couple of tries.
Is that even?
Yeah.
You give yourself a little bit more.
All right, so this is Angel's Envy, guys. Heard great stuff about Angel's Envy. It is 86.6% proof. So it's not even 90. So we're gonna let that breathe a little bit. You want to look up Angel's Envy and give some information on that? Or you want me to do that?
Let's see, I thought you took notes.
Angel's Envy, I did it because it was your bottle. So I unpeel the rest of these. Regina will give you some information on Angel's Envy.
What kind of information? How much was it? $50?
$50.
So it's like a $50 bottle. And
So the one thing about these bottles is that it might be 50 today, but as they gain popularity, they will go up in price.
And this is 90 proof?
This is the lowest. This is 86.6% proof.
Okay, yeah, because it does say 43.3.
So that's
pretty
alcohol
accurate.
volume.
So, Angel's Envy, let's see if this is really what it is about. It says it is adored for its chocolate, grapefruit, creamy vanilla, and candy flavor notes. So I'm expecting to really enjoy this, if that's what it is going to taste like. So that's what they're saying about the Angel's Envy bourbon. Oh, my doggy's crying. So, and that is based on over 1,500 votes. It gets an 8.3 out of 10. So, not bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good rating.
Alright, so we're going to put that front and center. This is the one that we're doing now. It is Angel's Envy.
I love Screwball. I was telling Nelson I could see how you killed one bottle.
Robert's on it?
Camille.
Oh. Alright.
So we're going to let it breathe because that's what you're supposed to do, just so we can get the full taste of the flavor. And again, we are looking for chocolate, grapefruit, creamy vanilla, candy flavored notes.
So just to let you guys know, there's about a minute to 2 minute lag on the video. So we may not see your responses right away. So don't think that we're ignoring you. We just can't see it right away. And so once we see it, we'll definitely reply to any questions you may have.
See.
So again, I did purchase Angel's Envy for $50 at the liquor store.
Oh, I smell chocolate.
You did?
And it's not my lip because I rinsed my mouth with water. It's not my Screwball.
Alright, let's see.
This one smells good. I think I'm gonna like this one. I thought Four Roses was gonna be my favorite.
Here, let me see something really quick.
We also learned that you have to keep your mouth open when you sniff. And there's a reason for that. Because you don't get the
So,
fumes
right.
eating up your nose.
Right.
See, I told you something.
Alright, so let's see really quick.
I really smell chocolate.
Some people do this and they say you can see almost it's kind of oily. So that's a good thing. So what I'm seeing is pretty good. It is like sticking to the wall. You see that? Oh wow, I do smell it.
Right? You could smell the chocolate.
I could definitely smell it's like a little chocolatey. So that's definitely true. So let's give it a couple more minutes to wear out. So basically, when it comes to the Angel's Envy, the gentleman who created, his name is Lincoln. So he came actually out of retirement to create Angel's Envy. It was to collaborate with his son Wes on a bourbon finished in port barrels. So the difference between this and other bourbons, Angel's Envy, is that it's finished in port barrels. Usually, bourbon is finished in oak barrels. So that's the difference. So what's port barrels? That's what they have like wines. Yeah. So that's why you may smell something like a wine nose to it. So you may smell that because it is in port barrels. So he had this idea for years about finishing a bourbon in port barrels, but had never had the chance to explore it previously. It was just as important to Lincoln to be creating a new type of whiskey as it was to be building something with his family. Wes's son Kyle eventually joined his family to help with the fledgling brand and to learn side by side with his grandfather. So it was a grandfather, a father, and son team. Right? So also another thing to remember is that this is rooted in 200 years of bourbon heritage. They created a hand-finished spirit that isn't afraid to improve on the classic tradition, inspired by legendary master distiller Lincoln Henderson. Lifetime spent crafting fine spirits. Angel's Envy is a masterpiece. 5% of spirit lost each year. So usually they say that when the bourbon's in the barrels, it loses 5% each year of alcohol. So a bourbon, to be called a bourbon, has to be in a barrel at least 4 years. So when they put that alcohol in the barrel, they say every year there's at least 5% lost from that alcohol. But they say that the 5% of the spirit that's lost each year during the barrel aging is called the angel's share. So the angels have their drink. Right? So after tasting their finished whiskey, Lincoln joked that he...
So that's what we got to look forward to up in heaven.
Lincoln joked that we finally given a better deal. We finally gotten a better deal than the angels. And so Angel's Envy was born.
Now it smells different. Smell it.
Okay, let's take a sniff.
I'm ready to take a sip.
My sister's on. Hi. My sister says, Alicia said it looks like a club in there.
Or disco lights.
Mary's on. Do you guys have curbside pickup? Sure, if you want a shot, we'll bring you a shot down to the curbside. What do you think it smells like now?
Barrel. Cork.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I smell...
And that's, I smelled a little hint of the chocolate, but not.
Do you think it's a little flowery? Floral?
No.
I do.
Maple?
I do smell maple.
Syrupy?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Alright, should we give it a try?
Okay, so you go first. So remember the tasting, how you do it?
Huh?
You know, taste it, chew
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So it's called a chew. It's not supposed to take it in your mouth and swallow it. What you're supposed to do is hold it in your mouth, chew it a little bit, and then swallow. Is it fiery?
Yeah.
Wait till you get to the Elijah.
I can taste the chocolate. Definitely taste the chocolate. It's really good. This is really good. I taste syrup. Maybe it's the vanilla that they said. I can taste it. It's really good.
This is really good. It's not fiery. It's not fiery at all.
It's a little. It's
I
heat.
don't think it has a bite to it.
It's a good sipping drink.
It's definitely, yeah.
I wouldn't put ice because I think if you put the ice in it, might, I don't know how it would be with ice. But
Gregory Jimenez, hola señor, it is a party. We got a bourbon party, my friend.
okay.
Gregory, yours. So I'm gonna go for my second taste. I thought it was a dose. I But it's a sweet drink. Definitely a sweet drink.
It's good. It's I can taste the vanilla. I don't taste anything different. I can taste a hint of chocolate. I smell chocolate more than I taste. And I taste mapley.
Mark Esposito, what's up, my friend? How are you? Mark, you just joined us. We just had
It is good.
we just tried the Angel's Envy. Delicious.
It's good. You finished?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta catch up. Very good.
Angel's Envy,
86.3.
.6.
86.6.
So Angel's Envy, 86.6% proof. It is 43% alcohol. What?
My last sip wasn't so good.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Got a little bit of
So everyone, this is Angel's Envy. That's the first bottle that we tried. Again, it is 86.6% proof. This is all bourbon we're doing today. No rum, no tequila, all bourbon. This is our first time trying bourbon. I like Angel's Envy a lot.
I like the first two sips, but when I got to the bottom, I was
Nice bottle, very nice. The back of the
wings.
the back of the bottle has wings. Right? Back of the bottle has wings. So really nice. Angel's Envy. I like it. I like it. I can see this as a everyday drink. If somebody does like a drink a day.
I won't call it an everyday drink until I get through the rest. I think it was okay.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to give a rating of corks. So I actually give it 5 corks.
Really?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Out of 5?
5 out of 5.
I wouldn't go that high.
Mark says Angel's Envy is really good. Actually, all those bourbon are good.
All 9 that we have?
So how many corks do you give it?
I'm going to give it 3.
3? Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you would like it more than that.
I think I want more of a kick, more of a...
Well, I thought you liked it a little easier. So...
It wasn't as good as it smelled.
Angel's Envy is very easy,
I think it
very smooth.
had a nice smell, but it didn't taste as it smelled.
I like it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's a good sip and drink.
All right, so let's get this watered out. In mind.
So
we're gonna do 4 Roses next.
Well, let me just open it to air. 4 Roses is next. Never tried any of these except for Elijah Craig. So that's the only one that we tried. Let's see, 4 Roses. Has anyone had 4 Roses? So this is 4 Roses small batch.
90% proof.
90?
90 proof.
90 proof. So let's see.
So it's gonna be a tad bit more than. So the mouth of the bottle is actually a little bit bigger than Angel's Envy. So let's see how the pour is gonna be. Good for you?
Yeah.
You smell the cork?
Yeah.
How does it smell?
Not as strong as Angel.
No.
So 4 Roses, they say, we should get the taste of caramel.
4 Roses?
Yeah. With a strong rye presence, cinnamon, dark fruit, light citrus, and a slightly floral character.
So I do get what they said. So there was a video I saw where they said about the pork.
Yeah.
It is a little bit sloppier than Angel's Envy.
Oh.
So let's put it front and center. This is the one that we're doing next. It is 4 Roses small batch. So I'm going to let it air a little bit. I'm going to get my swig of water to get the last piece out.
I would like to see what the reviews are. So, Angel's Envy had an 8.6, I think I said. This one gets a 7.7 review. So it is a little less. But again, the flavors are different. Angel's Envy did have that vanilla maple taste and the chocolate. With Four Roses, we're looking at rye, cinnamon, caramel, and dark fruit, whatever dark fruit means. What does dark fruit mean?
What's that? Blackberries?
Oh, maybe that's what they mean. Okay. Yeah, so it should be an interesting, weird taste, I think.
So we're letting it air out a little bit.
Cheers, Charlene. I can't take my drink yet because I can't ruin my mouth. I have to be fair.
Oh, it does smell caramel.
Really?
Yep.
Let me see.
It has like a little caramel scent to it. Very sweet.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Very
yeah.
sweet. Very sweet
It smells
scent.
like syrup.
Yeah. So out of the two, Angel's Envy and Four Roses, that's definitely a sweeter scent, right?
I can definitely smell the syrup, but I kind of like that smell. I like Angel Envy better. I like the smell of chocolate I was getting.
So Four Roses is a brand of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It is produced by the Kirin Brewery Company of Japan. The brand's distillery is in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, and it was built in 1910, a little bit before my time. With Spanish mission-style architecture and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The company's warehouse for aging and bottling operations is in Cox Creek, Kentucky. The brand and its products have evolved and transformed since the company's founding in the late 19th century, and especially since the firm's acquisition at the beginning of the 21st century. Right? Let's see. So let's see, it does say, give you a little bit of history of the product. By some accounts, the brand was founded by Rufus Rose, Four Roses, and was probably named in honor of him, his brother Origin, and their two sons. However, several different stories have been told about the name's origin. Owner Kirin Brewery does not mention Rufus Rose in his version of the history, and refers instead to Paul Jones Jr. as the founder of the brand. So it's a little cloudy. So you have two different versions. The company says the brand name was trademarked in 1888 by Jones, who claimed it had been produced and sold as early as the 1860s. The brand's distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky was built in 1910 with Spanish mission-style architecture and is listed in the National Register of Historic Places. It was originally called the Old Prentice Distillery and was owned by J.T.S. Brown. It was designed by Joseph and Joseph Architects, a firm with a history that has spanned more than a century in distillery design. So, there's a lot of history here.
Yeah.
This has been around since the 1800s.
Wow. This particular one, small batch?
Four Roses.
Wow. Oh, just Four Roses.
Yep.
Well, there are several of them.
So take a sniff and then tell me if you smell anything different. So this is opened up.
Ooh, what did I just get a whiff of? It is different. Let me see. Is that the cinnamon? I wonder if I would distinguish it if I didn't read what was in it. Because I'm so bad with that. Now that I can smell it, I can be like, oh yeah, maybe that is cinnamon.
It does stick to the wall a little bit.
Caramel?
Smell it? Sarah?
I smell it like,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe even that.
It's flowery.
Fruit.
Floral.
Or the fruit. It's a every time you let it sit and swirl it, it's something different. I is.
Getting the hang of it.
Look at that. Look at that tiny little bit.
You can see it sticks to it.
It's so tiny. But if I took a full shot of all of these, forget it. You have to take just a little taste.
So remember, if you're going to sniff, you have to sniff it with your mouth open.
Right.
It's really good. Alright, so I'll let you go first.
Again?
Ladies first.
I can't take the whole thing.
Alright, before I say anything, let me take mine.
I gotta need another one to really before I speak. I'm not liking the aftertaste.
It's very sweet.
I'm not liking the aftertaste. There's something that's not very tasty. The aftertaste.
I like it.
What the fuck are the ingredients? What is that aftertaste?
I think it's a caramel in there.
It's not caramel.
No? I
It's
taste
like
it.
licking wood.
And that's yolk. You taste the barrel.
What does this say? Carrots,
So
onions,
we're not experts
spices.
in this at all, not even close to the first time tasting bourbon. So we're just giving you our honest opinions of what we think of it. But
Yeah, listen, this got great reviews on like stuff that we watched and I watched. That's the reason why I wanted, to try it. It did get good reviews, but I don't know. I'm gonna give it another with my second taste because sometimes could be what we had before and I didn't rinse good even though I took water twice. But sometimes even the water messes it up. So I'll give it another shot. Another notch.
still very flowery. Floral. Floral smell too.
It's just it's a very it's all over the
It's
place.
like an amber color, right? It's an amber
all
color.
over the place bourbon. Like I have so much flavor in my mouth. So many different tastes. I can't even.
So how's the second taste? The third one.
It's not.
Let me taste mine.
It was better than the first one. That's for sure. Definitely easier. I don't like it. What is?
It's a little strong at first.
I don't know what it is that's in my mouth that's like making me feel a little bit numb.
This is the one you wanted.
I know. Just because I wanted it doesn't mean it's good. It's weird. I like Angel Envy better. I definitely can feel
Angel Envy is better, definitely better.
I can feel the power. Is that stronger?
It's stronger.
Yeah, I could definitely feel it sitting in my chest and heating it up, and might have to put that fan on me. I have a fan going. What's up, Lisa? Yeah, this one is alright. It's not,
Lisa will like it.
I can definitely taste the cinnamon in it, and
Lisa will like it.
the taste stays in your mouth though. That's one thing, and it's getting better as minutes pass or seconds pass. You know, like when you have a little chip from that you ate and it got stuck in your tooth and you find it later and it tastes really good. That's how this is. It feels like it just tastes
Amador is
better.
on. What's up, Amador, my friend? Amador
I
says
just
he's
stuck
coming
it in
over
your
to take
tooth.
us some taste. Come on over, Amador. Winston Garcia, Nunez, que lo que? God bless you, bro. God bless you, Winston.
Lisa, what are you drinking, Lisa? Are you on? I'm
John
sorry.
Newsom, my friend. What's up, Devil Dog? Semper Fi, do or die.
There's a delay in this.
So yeah, guys, just to let you know, there's a little delay here. It's like a minute or two delay. So we're not ignoring anyone. It's just it takes a minute or two for us to get your message, and then we can reply back.
Alright, that wasn't that bad. I'm gonna
I
give
still got
that one. Oh. I gotta slow it down. Take damn notch.
John Newsom likes our setup.
Thank you, John.
John, you're always welcome to join us whenever you want. So I actually like it, but I do like Angel's Envy better.
Well, Lisa, the next time you come over, believe me, we have plenty of bourbon for you to try. Oh, Lord! We have 9 bottles right now, and I have a feeling we're going to get more because there's quite a few
Oh,
more.
we're definitely gonna get more.
There's
Because,
quite a few more we want to try. So,
well, we have
I don't know if we have Jack. You're going to have to go with something else.
oh, Jack is whiskey.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
You got to try Screwball.
all bourbon is whiskey, not all whiskey is bourbon. That's the old saying. Right? So that was. You gave me how many corks?
I'm going to do. I'm going to make that 4 now, and I'm going to make that 3.
Okay. So Regina's changed his score. Angel's Envy is a 4. I gave Angel's Envy a 5. I really like it.
Notepad.
I really like it.
Just in case I want to change my
So
mind
this is a 3.
again.
3.
Yeah.
So Regina gave this a 3. This is 4 roses, small batch. I like it. I'll give it 3.5.
Oh, I know we can go halves.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll still leave it the same, but good to know.
So 3.5 corks for me. So we're speeding it up a little bit here, so let's slow it down a little bit. Let's uncork Buffalo.
It's gotta get red.
So what we're going to do next is the Buffalo Trace. Buffalo Trace has a really good name.
I'm gonna wash it before it starts.
Buffalo Trace has a really good name in the bourbon, in the whiskey family. So remember, bourbon is whiskey, right? All whiskey is bourbon, right? But all bourbon is not whiskey, right? Let's see. Yo, what's up, my boy? Alan's on. Let's all get twisted, brother. It is Friday after all. So Regina's washing out the cups for the next shot, for the next pour. So one thing about bourbon is that it is not called a shot, it is called a pour. Alright? So you want to pour this one? Alright, so we're going to do Buffalo Traces next. Regina and myself have been looking forward to Buffalo Trace, as we've heard really good things about it.
And it's such a cute bottle. We got big buffalo in it.
So while Regina pours that and we let it breathe, let's go into...
That wasn't much of a pop. You opened it?
No?
Really?
Yeah. Alright, so let's get some information about bourbon against whiskey, right? So what is the difference? So whiskey drinking has been popular in the United States since colonial times. Even George Washington had rye whiskey distilleries. But bourbon, often called America's native spirit, has enjoyed a resurgence in the past decade. According to the Distilled Spirits Council in 2018, more than 24 million 9-liter cases of American whiskey was sold in the United States, which includes both bourbon and whiskey. Okay? But what's the difference between the two? If you think you can use the terms interchangeably between, you'd be wrong. So what is whiskey? Right?
Oh, Wild Turkey's good.
Yeah, well, Wild Turkey I heard is good. So by definition, whiskey or whiskey. So again, whiskey in the United States is spelled W-H-I-S-K-E-Y. In Scotland, it is spelled W-H-I-S-K-Y. Is any distilled spirit derived from fermented grain mash, grain varieties including wheat, rye, barley, and corn. So remember, bourbon has to have at least 51% corn to be called bourbon. Right? Whiskey is made all over the world, and there are many popular styles, including Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey, and American whiskey. So remember, whiskey is made everywhere in the world. You can make it anywhere. Right? You can call it whiskey. You got that?
Yep. You can make it anywhere and still call it whiskey.
Right.
Doesn't have to be Kentucky. Kentucky?
Doesn't have to be Tennessee, doesn't have to be Kentucky, doesn't have to be Alabama. You can make it anywhere.
We are going to make a trip to Kentucky, though.
We are. So we're taking a road trip to Kentucky. If anybody wants to join us when this all ends, we're going to go visit these bourbon distilleries.
Yes, when everything is over.
So, whiskey is grain not distilled to 190 proof. When you distill something, you're boiling it down to its essence, its most important part. The original meaning of a distill comes from the process of making alcohol known as distilling, in which all the impurities of the substance are vaporized and is pure. High alcohol condensation is collected. The most popular form of American whiskey is bourbon, which has its own specific definition. So, remember, there's whiskey, right? You have different types of whiskey, but they're all whiskey. The most popular form of whiskey is bourbon.
So what are the flavors of Buffalo Trace going to be?
Haven't got right.
Oh.
Alright?
Uh-oh, your battery is dying.
How's that?
Oh.
So we're good. So whiskey is grain, not distilled to 100 proof, remember? So when you distill something, you're boiling it down to its essence, remember? So you're basically boiling it down to what it's meant to be used for, right? So what is proof? Once you get to 190 proof or higher, you're making a neutral spirit such as vodka. So proof is defined as twice the alcohol ethanol content by volume. For example, a whiskey with 50% alcohol is 100 proof. So remember Annie told us that day?
Mm-hmm.
So if this was 50% alcohol, that's 100 proof. You double.
I'm not liking the smell of this.
Huh?
What do they say is the... When are you going to get to what's inside of
Are
it?
you serious, man? I like it.
You like the smell? I can't smell nothing fruity or
smell-
chocolatey.
Are you serious? I smell chocolate.
You do?
Yeah.
Tell me what they say is in it. Because I can't find
I'm
it.
trying to get you guys information on everything, but Regina's rushing me. Before I get to what Buffalo Trace is,
Yeah.
what is bourbon?
No, come on now.
Are you serious? So what is bourbon? Bourbon also has strict guidelines. Bourbon has the strictest guidelines in the United States when it comes to liquor. Right? It can be made in any state in the United States, though Kentucky is the most famous for it.
I'm talking about
So bourbon is a straight American whiskey, but the mash has to have at least 51% corn in the recipe, like I said before. And it must be aged in a new charred oak container or barrel. Right? You get that? Alright? So Regina's paying attention to me.
I got it now.
So what do you smell?
Well, now that I'm reading what it's made of, it has a complex aroma of vanilla. I don't smell vanilla.
I do.
Mint molasses. That's what
I smell vanilla.
You smell vanilla?
I definitely smell vanilla.
It says it's pleasantly sweet to the taste, with notes of brown sugar and spice that give way to the oak, toffee, dark fruit, and anise. This whiskey finishes long and smooth with a serious depth, which means it's probably going to linger for a long time after taking it. I mean, that's what I would take on that. And we'll see. The other one did. I think Four Roses lasted a while in my mouth. I was tasting it, and it was actually getting better as it was sitting in my mouth.
All right,
Thank you, Karen.
Elvia Rivera, what's up? How are you, my friend?
I definitely smell molasses.
Yeah, I do.
There's definitely that thick, syrupy smell to this. So we shall see.
So, Alan says his head's gonna fall off soon because it's spinning lights.
They're not that bad. You can make them go faster.
John Thomas, what's up, my friend? I have a Johnny Black on the rocks with a twist of lemon. We don't have Johnny Black yet, but we will have that soon, my friend. All right.
Our bar is ruined. If one thing quarantine has helped us is to grow our bar. It's flourishing.
Yeah, that's true. So one thing is definitely for sure, our bar has grown a lot.
And we're definitely branching out and trying things we've never tried. Whether we open the bottles again, who knows? We have right now 9 bottles of bourbon. And this is the first time we're drinking bourbon.
Alright, so this is nothing?
So we going? Yeah.
Want to go first or don't want to go first?
Same time.
No. One or the other.
Alright, you go first this time. Hey, what's on that chair over there?
Cheers.
No. Oh, then it's this chair.
Wow, it tastes good.
You don't see nothing on the seat?
I like it. Try it.
Oh.
You like it? Really?
Yuck.
Are you serious?
I don't like that. Oof. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish that.
Alan's got a ice cold bud and a triple Patron going. Salud, my friend. Cheers, bro. I like it. I like this a lot.
Really, a lot?
I can see how people like this a lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink some water. See if it gets better next time. It's got a horrible aftertaste.
No.
No?
No. I really like this. I would give this definitely a 5.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm gonna cleanse my palate again, just to make sure.
I feel like I'm done with that. I know I gotta try it again. I just feel like I'm done with it. Like, I don't need another taste. I don't like it.
I like it. I like it.
We'll give it a try. We'll give it
It's
another
a
one.
really smooth taste.
I'll give it another try. I'm gonna be fair.
I guess enough too.
Water.
Still has a very sweet scent to it.
I don't taste sweet.
I do. So what's the, what are you supposed to pick up on?
I even smell molasses stronger.
Yeah, I do smell molasses.
Stronger, like so strong.
Yeah, I definitely smell molasses.
Now I smell sweetness. That's so weird.
Really? Now you picking it up?
I'm getting sense that I didn't smell earlier. I can smell, I think, vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe the second time it'll be a little better. Because we let it breathe a little longer. I don't know. I'm going to try again. Oh, God. Be good.
I like it. I like it a lot. Buffalo Trace goes for like $25. Buffalo Trace, $25. I think is worth it. Regina don't like it. I do.
I don't like that.
So far you like Angel's Envy.
That is not for me.
One of the last one. One of the heavy duty.
I don't like that. No. Buffalo Trace is
Whoa, you heard that?
is buffalo balls.
You're crazy.
I could feel my mouth numb. Why? Why is it numb?
Wait till you hit 133.
Yeah, I definitely gotta rinse my palate. This shit is all over my mouth. I got a tissue to dry. I don't know. Anybody like Buffalo Trace? I don't like it. Yucky.
Do you like this better or do you like whiskey better? Hey, it's all whiskey.
Well, whiskey we talking about screwballs?
No, I'm talking about
Because if
Jameson.
we're talking
I'm
about
talking
my
about
new
Jameson.
buddy, no. So far I like Jameson out of everything that we've had. For these dark liquids. Because I'm not a big dark liquid drinker.
So I guess I'll be enjoying these by myself.
No. I'll help, but yeah, I could put like a little bit of something in it. Maybe if I put a little bit of cherry juice,
What
like
we haven't
cordial
done,
cherry.
what we haven't done is add like a drop of water in these.
Oh, right. We did
So
not
maybe
do
you
that.
want to do that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I wonder if that would have made a difference.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have made a difference with Buffalo Trace. I just don't like it.
They say a drop or two changes the way
Yeah,
it is.
possibly. But
Woo! We're gonna go on to the Big Daddy here. Woo!
the Big Daddy, 133 proof.
We're gonna go on to Elijah Craig small batch barrel proof. This is 12 year. Right?
That one's no joke.
This one is 133 proof. It is 66% alcohol.
So based on 739 votes, it actually only gets a 7.6, which is surprising.
This actually won.
Wow, you gave me a lot.
You know what? I put it back in mine.
That's the most out of all of them, and it's the most proof.
So again, we had a sneak peek of this last week, so we give a shit if you surprised by anything with this one.
No, this one we tasted.
Alan says that alcohol brings out your superpowers.
This is true. This is true.
All right, so we're gonna let that breathe a little bit, and while we let it breathe,
Maybe a little something on it.
I'm gonna bring up some Elijah Craig knowledge on you.
So I want to see what they say is the flavors.
I got it here.
We should, okay. So let's hear the flavors Oh, so out of this, it gets a 4.7. So there's different reviews.
So when it comes to the color, the nose, and the taste, it is the color. It's a deep amber color, and you can definitely see that.
Yeah.
You can definitely see the deep amber color.
It's the darkest of all the ones we've had. Yeah.
With the nose, you smell a caramel with toasted oak. It has fruit notes of apple and orange.
Oh, that's interesting. I want to see if I smell an apple.
And when you taste it, it's supposed to be
I know
rich.
apple pie anywhere.
So when you taste it, it's supposed to be rich vanilla, caramel, and butterscotch, along with spices of black pepper and cinnamon at the back of the palate. And when it finishes, meaning when it ends,
This is
is layered of with a lot of flavors, and it fades slowly and then lingers as it cools.
well, there's definitely a lot of flavors in this one.
It smells good.
It smells really good.
Okay. So let's let it air out a little bit. So Elijah Craig is a top. It's one of the top bourbons out there, no doubt. You go to a liquor store, it's hard to find one of these, right? So let's go over here. Regina screwed all my stuff up here, so I can't get into a lot of information that I wanted to.
What I screw up?
Buffalo Trace I couldn't get into.
You have a book on it.
So
It's supposed
Elijah,
to be brief.
no, it's not. So Elijah Craig, what we have here, this specific bottle came out in May 2018. So they have like different codes for it. So A, B, and C, right? This was made in May, so it got a B code. 5 for May, 18 for 2018. So that's what we get the bottom of. Right? It is 133 proof. So they say to sip a barrel-proof bourbon is to experience bourbon in its purest form. So this is barrel-proof. Uncut, straight from the barrel, without chill filter. Each bottle is hand-labeled with its unique proof and batch number, but the nose and taste and finish of every sip is pure Elijah Craig. So remember, this is barrel proof. Right? With barrel proof, you can enjoy Elijah Craig much the same way that the master distillers do when they sample it straight from the barrel in their Kentucky rickhouses. Right? Elijah Craig is a premium and super premium brand of bourbon whiskey produced in Kentucky by Heaven Hill Distilleries. We have a friend who works at Heaven Hill.
We do?
I do.
Oh, cool.
The brand is sold as a straight bourbon, typically in the 750 milliliter glass bottles. Elijah Craig whiskey is offered in both small batch and single barrel bottles. The small batch variation, we go through all this other stuff. The bourbon brand is named in honor of Reverend Elijah Craig, who was a Baptist preacher, educator, and entrepreneur in Virginia, which became Scott County, Kentucky. Sorry.
Which one were you, Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Lisa said that sounds so sweet. I don't know if she means Elijah Craig.
So it's won a lot of awards.
I was gonna clean my glass with my bread.
Alright, you ready to rock and roll?
Woo. Well, we already know what we're getting with this one. This is a punch. But I'm ready. I am ready.
Yeah, so sorry, Alan. Yeah, this is the the Elijah Craig. This is what the bottle looks like. This one is 133 proof. The newer ones are even higher. I think the newer one's like 136. So this is 133 proof here.
Cray, cray.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead with Regina. You'll do your first honors. Go ahead.
Woo. That wasn't that bad the first time. Woo. That is definitely my favorite.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. The flavors
Taste
are,
everything?
the flavors are really good.
Alright, hold on. Taste it.
Yeah. Go ahead. I like it. Like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The combination of flavors is really pleasing to the mouth. I don't know.
Ooh,
It
yeah.
tastes really good. I can taste the
It tastes everything.
you taste everything. But then it leaves your mouth. Like it's gone now. Right? It's not lingering. Like all of especially that buffalo lingered in your mouth.
Elijah Craig,
This
hands
is gone,
down.
so now you want more. That's how I see it. It's not like
Hands down, Elijah Craig is
No.
definitely the best out of the four.
that's really good. Yeah, really good. That's too water.
You gonna put water in yours?
No, I'm gonna put water. I'm taking a sip.
So they do suggest,
Yeah.
some people do suggest that you could put water or ice cubes in your bourbon. And it does change the taste.
I see you, Lisa. What sounds sweet? Not this one. Elijah Craig, not sweet.
Oh, sweet.
No, not really. It's good. It's a good sweet. It's got so much punch.
Oh, it's got punch. Yeah.
Whew. I don't even know how I would get through one full
But
drink.
it's not like a.
We barely have what, a half an ounce here. I couldn't see drinking this as a drink. This is just like a,
Cheers, Alan. Have a good one, my friend.
I don't know, who would drink this? How could you drink this even? It's so powerful. But I'm saying, like, how many drinks could you really drink of this before you're on your ass?
I used to dip Ricardo with you. I used to finish the
Yeah,
bottle.
that was moons ago.
It
Yeah, it's
doesn't
not the
matter.
same.
It doesn't matter who it is. I
They're
mean,
not the same for nobody. Nobody can drink like that.
151 proof? This is 133?
I'm saying that you can't do that now.
Why not?
Because your tolerance is not the same.
Well, mine.
Right.
But anybody can do that.
I guess if you build back up, maybe. I don't know. It's tough. I'm going in for another one. So, what are we drinking? Elijah Craig?
Yeah,
Elijah Craig, 133 proof bourbon.
So again, it is a deep amber color, as you can see.
And I spilled it on my lip. That's fire.
I definitely smell vanilla. You smell vanilla?
Very, very, very
Definitely
tasty.
smell vanilla.
At least I got my glasses on to see what it said. Oh, you wrote that before. I'm sorry. Everything is so delayed,
What's she
Lisa.
saying?
She said something is sweet. I don't know which one. Something sounds sweet. We have such a bad delay with
No,
this.
so whenever you do
Sorry.
whenever you go live, there is a minute to 2 minute delay.
Yeah.
So that's why we're late to respond to some people.
And we don't realize what you're talking about.
Like right now, we're looking at our screen and we're still like a minute back, 2
Yeah.
minutes.
And you guys are like, here's some.
Oh, this is so good.
Oh, you like powerful? Lisa, you will love powerful. This is a good, but Lisa, you can't do shots like you do with Jack. I mean, I don't know, what is Jack? How much is
Jack is whiskey. Oh,
No, no.
Jack is not even close.
Oh, so this is 133 proof. Woo.
My friend Guys, he says you'll fit out here in Florida drinking bourbon unless Jack is in.
Yeah. They
Guy,
are cool.
hopefully we'll be out there sooner rather than later, my friend.
We are 3/4 of the way there. Lisa, you definitely have to try these when you come over. Are we going? Are you going?
I just had my second one.
Okay.
Alright, so do you want to do one more? Or
Wait, you're not done.
do you want to do one more?
Oh.
What?
Deep smell of molasses. What, did I say there's molasses in this?
You want to try this one? Green one?
Yeah. Did I say there's molasses in this?
Yeah.
I smell it. So strong now. Smell yours.
Oh, yeah.
Now that it's set. This is good, man, but I feel like it's like I took baby sips and I still got all this.
No, it's good. Listen. Elijah Craig, barrel
What's up,
proof.
Jerry?
Get that shit. If you're a bourbon fan, get Elijah Craig.
Elijah, this
Barrel
is
proof.
really good. Really good. This so far has. I don't even have to finish this, and I can tell you it's got my 5 corks.
Right.
But I'm gonna finish it. I don't know.
So my favorites right now so far is Angel's Envy and Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig being our number 1, followed by Angel's Envy.
Don't mind my face. It's just because it's so strong, but it's so good. Like the third one is even
These
better
are
than the first and the second. Woo. That is
It's good.
woo,
I like it.
really good. Wait, but how much was this bottle? This
So-
bottle was 100, not what we got it for.
We didn't get it for 100, but it goes for 100 some places.
Yeah.
It depends on where you're at in the United States. You can find it for like 65, up to 100 or even more. Here in New York, it goes for 100. We got it for less.
Well, yeah. Don't say much. Not much less, but we got it for less. We got a discount.
You got a good discount.
A decent discount. It wasn't free. We can't get that discount. Not that I'm asking for it.
Unless you go into the store and steal it.
No, we're not robbers. We want your bourbon. Give us your bourbon. They'll be like, get out of here, little girl.
Who's that?
I said, we want your bourbon. Give us your bourbon. They're going to say, get out of here, little girl.
Hey, Robert Showman is on.
Was that Robert?
Robert's on.
Elijah Craig.
Robert, what's up, my friend? So
Did
Robert,
I get, oh, wait. Robert likes
Robert, guess what?
Angel.
Nikita loves Angel's Envy.
Yes. I give it a 4 cork. 4 corks.
She gave it 4 corks out of 5. I gave it 5 corks out of 5.
No, now you're going to take it back?
No, I gave 5 corks.
You're going to leave it equivalent to this?
It's different.
No, it's not different.
No,
We got,
no, I said they got 5, but this was my favorite.
No, we can't do that.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
That's like giving a losing kid a ribbon. No. There's
no.
a top one, and then
No.
there's that's like giving everybody a ribbon who lost baseball. No, you don't do that.
What did Robert say?
You change your score.
He said your video's choppy.
Mine is?
Fine.
Oh. No, we can't
Hey,
help
Robert,
it.
you might want to jump on Regina's end. I don't know how hers is.
We can't help it. Our network is 5G.
So Robert says that that's his new favorite.
What is?
So Robert has like 5 empty bottles of Angel's
I
Envy.
know.
Let me try to be.
Just refresh your page. Wow. Did you finish yours?
No.
Okay. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna have my last sip.
let's spin it. Spin it one more time. And spin it. I still smell
This still smells
molasses.
good. Yeah, I still smell molasses.
molasses. Nothing changed again. I'm telling you. This little punch goes a long friggin' way. Because I've never had less than an ounce of liquor that's taken me so long to drink.
So Robert, we're trying the Elijah Craig barrel proof. Delicious. Delicious.
Really good. My favorite thus far. Woo! I feel like I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm just waiting for smoke to come out of my mouth. That is
Good.
That is good.
That
Like
is good.
I want to be outside around a fire,
Oh, this is good.
right?
This
Sitting
is so
outside
good.
in the air
So
around
good.
a fire with that drink.
So good.
That's how I feel.
Woo!
Like so relaxed, such
Man,
a,
oh man.
such
That
a
is
chillax-
good.
such a
Woo!
chillax- It says molasses, but it's so
If you
good.
can find the Elijah Craig barrel
That
proof,
is really
get
good
that
shit.
shit. Get that shit.
Yeah,
Do not even hesitate.
I like that one. This one has become my
Woo!
fave. This
That was good.
This is my fave. My fave. So now you gotta change your corks. There's no way you can have that equivalent
No,
to
because
that.
it is 5 for me.
So you're saying there's a tie?
No, that's
Then
my
nothing-
favorite.
No, there's not a favorite
All right,
in this thing.
4.75.
There you go. And this is a 5?
Yeah, of course.
Alright, then. See?
But still a 5 to me.
No, it's not a 5.
Yeah.
It cannot be a 5 if this is a 5.
Yes, it can.
No.
Yes, it can.
There's no 2 5s.
Yes, there is. It's different levels of 5s.
We don't have levels. We're not doing levels. We're doing 1 through 5.
Man, let me tell you something, guys.
Why is it so
When
difficult?
tonight, when this shit's over, I'm gonna have another one of this.
I gave that a 4. I gave that a 3. I think I gave this a 1. And this is a 5. I have nothing gonna top
I
that.
said, do you want to try the rye?
Wow, that's really good.
Rye's a little different taste. Or you go with what you had?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we'll save that batch for next week.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be doing those 5, right?
Yeah.
Or 4.
Probably 4. This is a rye.
Yeah. So next week we're gonna go to the other level of bourbon.
All right. So next week we got the Blantons, we got the Maker's Mark, we got the McKenna, and we're gonna have the Woodford Reserve for next week. But so this is the order I have it in for me. Number 1 is Elijah Craig. Number 2, Angel's Envy. I'll go like this. I'll say, actually no. That's my placements. So for me, number 1, Elijah Craig. Number 2, Angel's Envy. Buffalo Trace, number 3. Four Rose, number 4 for me. What are you?
And you're gonna switch those 2? And that's me.
So Regina says,
Yeah.
bam.
Yeah. But I would take this one over everything. I would just let Nelson drink those 3.
I like it. You know I can't do something.
Not really.
You want to try another one?
No,
For me?
no.
You want to try a sip?
No, I want to enjoy that one. That's in my.
I'll try a sip. Let me see.
I really like this one. This one really.
You want a sip there?
No, no. What's up, Robert? I'm gonna take a swig of my
Robert took the notes?
Bourbon and
Robert took the
Godiva.
notes?
Yeah. We did get the 4 roses, and it was.
So give him the update.
Of what?
He jumped on yours, so he probably missed our.
Okay, I don't know. Oh, he said goodnight. Try the angels again. See? Try the angel again.
You want to try it again?
No, I already took a swig of that. You try the angel again.
I like the Angels.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with the Angels.
Alright, so you try the angel again. Good night, Robert. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Get back to the avenue. Alright. Let me smell it again.
That's good. I mean,
You like it, Craig?
somebody got.
Yeah, it's not. Well, after taking 133 proofs, it's gonna be
Very smooth.
okay.
I like it. I like them a lot. I'm happy with it.
No, they're not bad. It's just my favorite is Elijah Craig. I think I like the one with the punch the most. This makes sense.
So you're gonna be disappointed with these. This is 100 proof. This one. That's about the highest you're gonna get.
Well, I don't know if I would be disappointed. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. So we'll see. See what happens. But this is my choice. This Elijah Craig is number one. That is, I mean, of these four that we took, that is my favorite,
Yeah.
and I'll stick with that. I will give it a 5 cork and leave it at that.
Yeah, definitely.
So next week we'll see what those are. We're not gonna do them all today because
Although one of those is gonna be a ride.
it's just too much. We might even add another bourbon to it because I do have one on my mind that I want to try. The one with the keyhole.
Oh, Boston.
Yes, Larson. I want to try Larson.
I have to see if Debbie has it.
So
Somebody has it.
yeah. So we might even add another one. Like I said, there is so much bourbon that we want to try that we don't even have a little pinch of what's out there. There's so much. And if we ever get to a Kentucky distillery, forget about it. We're gonna end up buying so much bourbon.
But I can see why people collect bourbon.
Absolutely.
I like it better than regular whiskey.
Well, I mean, I do like Jameson, but Jameson was taken as a shot, not a sip and drink.
Doesn't take us a minute. You can sip it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Wash out your mouth. I got water here. Want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give it to me anytime.
So Regina's gonna go ahead and taste the Jameson now. After experiencing bourbon, I personally believe I like bourbon.
I'm gonna see how Jameson tastes.
What's
Do you want Jameson?
I have Jameson with me.
Ooh. I'm gonna try the Jameson. So you can see Jameson. Oh, I'm just gonna see. What?
There's the screw top.
I know, that's what I was doing. I just doing a taste. That's a tiny taste. See? So I just want to see how I feel after taking those. And Jameson was my favorite. Absolute favorite.
You smell like this?
I smell nothing.
No, I
Like,
don't.
I smell nothing.
I like bourbon, right?
Like a really tiny taste. There's no smell. No, compared to those, nothing. Right? There's nothing. Crazy. It's crazy.
Bourbon has such
There's
a different
absolutely
scent
no
to it.
smell. Alright, well. Cheers.
See, Fredo, what's up, yo? What's up, Sil? What's up, my friend? Still's on.
Cheers, cheers.
I'm gonna have to do one for Still. So.
That was like water compared to this.
We also Still, we got like
Seriously.
bourbon up the yazoo. So I told you, right? So what do you like better?
Elijah.
Elijah.
Elijah tried hands down. This tastes like dirty rag water compared to what we just had. Honestly, I'm being very honest.
So just to let you guys know that bourbon is a preferred
That's
whiskey.
crazy.
So it's actually very popular now. But there was a time that bourbon was not popular because the
crazy.
kids back in the 60s, they didn't want to drink what their fathers and their grandfathers drank.
Wow.
So that's why bourbon went down in the 60s.
That tastes like nothing.
But bourbon's big now. So it's been a big comeback. So my friend Sill's on, so I'm going to do another shot for Sill, for Sill.
What?
Elijah Craig.
Ooh.
So Sill, I don't know if you can see me or not, but definitely, my friend, get yourself an Elijah Craig barrel-proof bottle. Without a doubt. You find this at the store, you better. If you see 2 bottles, you got 2.
That's a good one.
There we go. We're gonna do the. Got that amber color.
What happened?
All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's go out to my friend Sill.
Peyton, lay down. Aww. My poor dog.
Just,
That's really
let
good.
me tell you guys something. I
This is
smelled
really good.
4 bourbons today, and this one is the richest scent.
Yeah.
When it comes to the nose, this hits you at every level.
Very good.
Every level. You smell vanilla. You smell vanilla.
Really good.
You smell vanilla for sure. What is it? I don't know if it's caramel or chocolate. Tell me. Is it caramel or chocolate? I smell vanilla.
There's definitely a hint of sweetness. Going with caramel.
Caramel. Because I can definitely smell it.
Yeah. It's really good. Definitely the best one we had. I would actually like to move that over to next week's with those.
We can do that.
Yeah.
We can try
I
next week.
feel like it deserves to be over there. And we'll see. Those are the higher priced. Oh. So everything is mixed? Price
Those
wise?
were higher proof than those were.
Oh, this is higher proof.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I think that should have been over there, but I'm glad we got to have it tonight because really, to me, those would be like bottom shelf type. Even though Angel's Envy is good. Angel's Envy, I would say. Yeah, it is.
This is so good. Without a doubt, you do feel the 133 proof.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You feel it on the tongue, so you feel it in the front.
You hear it, you feel it immediately
Right.
in your mouth.
Then it doesn't affect you going down.
Right. Yeah, you don't get that fire flame, esophagus on fire. You don't get that. You get the heat,
You get the heat.
but as soon as you swallow, it leaves your mouth.
Right.
So you don't have that, and then you don't have it going down your throat, but you can feel it in your chest.
Yeah. So
Which
without
is
a doubt,
okay.
So without a doubt, the front, like the beginning, you feel it.
Right.
There's heat.
If you hold it in your mouth for a minute, you're gonna feel it.
It's a
Yeah.
smooth taste.
Yeah.
It just goes out smooth.
Very good.
Without a doubt.
Definitely a fan favorite. Woo.
Oh yeah.
Tipsy chats, love Black bread, so fun.
It's delicious.
Like it, like it. Like it a lot. So,
That's it.
that's it. We did our tasting, we did our reviews. We are.
So next week, what we're gonna do is we got Regina wants to do the Elijah again next week, so we're gonna do that next week. We got 2 Woodford Reserves for next week. One's a bourbon, one's a rye. We got the McKenna, Henry McKenna. Henry McKenna is 100 proof. Henry McKenna won the Whiskey of the Year last year. So this one here won the Whiskey of the Year last year. We're gonna try that next week. Maker's Mark, if you know anything about bourbon, then there's no words for it, right? There's no introduction needed. But Maker's Mark will be gonna hit this next week. And then we're gonna be doing Blanton's as well.
And if we don't add more to it.
So Blanton's is a single barrel. That means, so single barrel means is every barrel is different than the other. So what you may experience here with this bottle may be different from the next barrel that comes out. So the taste may vary from barrel to barrel. But this is a Blanton's. From what I hear, this is exceptional bourbon. So you may like this one.
And we might be adding more.
And we may be hitting up Larceny and maybe E.H. Taylor, because I heard that was his.
We might add more.
So,
I have a feeling we will.
So we may have like 2 bottles additional
Yeah.
next week.
At the minimum 2. Because the way we've been going, yeah. We are definitely might add more.
But listen, you know what? I can actually see why people get into collecting bourbon.
Yeah.
It's a definitely.
Me? I always thought bourbon was like a bonus drink. Like we literally used to take it when I was younger. When we walked into the club, after we were freezing, waiting online to get in, we would take a shot of bourbon to warm ourselves up. That is how I know it to be. We knew it to be all these wonderful flavors mixed in different bottles.
So remember one thing. Remember one thing that in the '60s, it went down a lot because of what your thinking was. But it was different. You were like in the bunk thing. Back in the '60s,
We
it was
just
like.
wanted to get warm.
Back in the '60s, it was. That's my father's and grandfather's drink. I'm not drinking. So the kids back then were drinking other things other than bourbon. Another thing about bourbon is the prohibition, right? It hit and it affected the bourbon world big time. Because remember, for you to produce a bourbon, the least amount of time that you have to make a bourbon is 4 years. So prohibition happened. That was what, 10 to 14 years. So 10 to 14 years they could not make bourbon. So when prohibition ended, they had to ramp it back up. But you can't speed up the process.
Right.
It is what it is. It's 4 years minimum for you to make bourbon.
Yeah.
So that affected that. As a matter of fact, they said there's a great documentary called Eat. Eat's a great documentary. Read up, look it up. They said that prohibition killed off great distilleries, really, really good distilleries. So there's products that were out there before. Yeah, we will never know what they were like because prohibition killed them.
They went around and destroyed everything.
Destroyed everything.
Yeah. They went
So
around
there was great companies. They said
Shocked to
in
the
the
core.
documentary they said there were great distilleries out there
Yeah.
that we will never know about because it ended. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? And thank thank God we still have these bottles left for us. These companies that lasted and survived the prohibition.
Hi, Cardi.
Christopher Sanchez, nice. Take a shot of bourbon. Yo, Chris, I've done like 5 shots already. I already did one for Sil. You're late, bro. You're late. Yeah, but Chris. So I'll talk to my friend Christopher Sanchez. I don't know if you like bourbon. I don't know if you ever tried bourbon. If you never have, give bourbon a try. Without a doubt. Elijah Craig, awesome. Got that bottle? Angel's Envy, without a doubt. These two are hands down, no brainer. Regina liked this one better than Buffalo Trace, but I like Buffalo Trace. So next week we got some heavy hitters next week. We got Blanton's, we got Woodford Reserve, we got Maker's Mark, we got Henny McKenna. These are heavy hitters in the bourbon world.
We're gonna have to meet it up. We have to meet it up. That means having burgers and some heavy carb before we start taking those.
I didn't say you're late, Sil. I said Christopher's late. He just joined in the party, bro. He said take a shot of bourbon. I did like 5 or 6 already. So that's our review. I think we both on the same page that Elijah Craig is number 1. Angel's Envy is number 2.
Yeah.
I liked.
This is where we differ.
I liked Buffalo Trace, and then Four Roses. Regina liked Four Roses, and then Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. Buffalo Trace to me is not even on the charts. I don't think I would have that if it was free. So
No way.
I'm good without it. You can have that whole bottle. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace?
Yeah. I didn't enjoy that. That was hard. No, that was hard for me.
Oh my God, you're crazy.
I'm surprised that you ranked it low though. Oh no, you ranked it 3rd.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I know.
To me, you can't go wrong with any of these. They're all good. I like them all.
Yeah, I'll stick with those. And even Four Roses, I wasn't 100% pleased with, but it's better than Buffalo Trace.
So usually what I do is I try to give you some knowledge, right? We may be drunks. We would like to be knowledgeable while we drink. But Regina was killing my vibe. She's not letting me get into my stuff, my spiel.
No, we do it.
So usually what I try to do is
review.
no. Usually what I
There's
try
a
to do.
review and then there's a book. So
Usually what I try to do is to give you the knowledge that you need to know about these bottles, about the companies, where they came from, and all that good stuff. She just wants to get down to it.
all I want to know is the proof, the review rating,
So-
and what the flavors are.
So to me,
And then we get
to me, what draws me to bourbon, other than just regular whiskey, is the history.
Yeah,
It's very
nice.
intimate, very intimate.
But the
very-
history of the bourbon.
The bourbon, yeah.
Yeah,
The
not
story.
every fucking bottle.
No, it's a bottle.
I know.
Because everything has a different story. Yeah.
People want to hear the whole history of that. They want to know the
I ain't gonna
history
sit
of
here for 10 hours and talk about
bourbon.
this.
I just want to know what it tastes like. What are the flavors? What are the reviews?
This is
what's
why I
the
gotta do my
rating?
own. I got this. Fuck, I do my own YouTube channel. Because people like that stuff. People like to know the history of the company, the bottle, of the drink.
Review. We just gonna do.
I understand that, but we're giving our thoughts on reviews.
Oh yeah. You did good.
No, we didn't.
Why?
Because I got into nothing about
He's like, I got
Buffalo
so
Trace.
much info. I didn't tell.
I wrote, I got on my laptop, I looked everything up, I put it into Word, and I got into nothing of it.
I'm gonna make a school book. You wanna continue?
No, it's done.
gave a lot of knowledge. We
Did
gave
we
a lot
really?
of history.
Did we really?
Yeah, we did. I think everybody's well informed of every single bottle we
So
tried.
they're well informed of our thoughts for our drinks. Now,
No, you gave a good history.
no, we didn't.
Yeah, you did good. It was a good history. I think so.
So that's our review.
Yeah.
The winner is
The winner is Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig.
2 thumbs up.
Runner up is
2 thumbs up, 5 corks.
runner up is Angel's Envy.
Angels and
Alright? Both great bottles. All four to me are really good.
Yeah.
But these two without a doubt are the best.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. I agree.
So depends on where you are in the country. This could run you for $65. If you're in New York, Elijah Craig barrel proof will probably run you for
Hi,
$100.
Evelyn. Are you still on?
Angel's Envy will probably run you for about $50. That's how much I got it for.
That's 4 roses.
Four Roses will run you for about $40, and Buffalo Trace will run you for about $25. So figures, right? Third runner-up is better than the fourth. Right?
Vice versa. Reverse. That's my opinion, yeah. I think 4 Roses was better than Buffalo Trace. Believe me, I was disappointed.
She was.
I was expecting high,
Yeah, Regina was waiting for that Four Roses.
and I was waiting for Buffalo Trace. I really thought it was going to be, I really thought
Oh, right,
it was
right,
gonna be
right.
good. Yeah.
I like Buffalo Trace.
I don't know.
I like it.
I might give it another try. I mean, no. Maybe I'll give it a try when I'm fresh. No other ones in it.
So Buffalo Trace has a big history. Over 200 years history. They've been around for over 200 years. So they're doing something right.
Yes.
Matter of fact, this one here is distilled by Buffalo Trace as well. Blanton's. And Blanton is huge in the bourbon world.
I can't wait to try that.
But again, we'll get to that next week.
Yeah. So, thank you all for joining us.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate it. That's our review.
Thank you for joining us in our home. This is the best that we can do for now. But
Make
again,
sure if you're on YouTube, go ahead and join our channel, Tipsea, Tipsea Chats. That is our YouTube channel. So you can join us so we can get some followers, and then we're going to continue this because we enjoy it.
we just like to share our thoughts on what we're drinking, give our opinions, and maybe that'll help you make your selection in the future. Because the bourbon or whiskey, whatever.
And each week we're going to give it more options.
But next week is a heavy hitter. We got the heavy hitters next week.
Yeah, next week is good ones.
We got the heavy hitters. We got Woodford Reserve, Maker's Mark.
We can't do them
Plans.
all at once.
McKenna.
We have to do a few at a time.
There's the heavy hitters next week. So.
Today we did five different tastings. Next week we'll do a few more, whatever we add.
All right, guys.
So have a good evening.
Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy your night.